meeting my beautiful friends. You can see I'm not cooking this. You're like, why are you here, Krista? Well, let me tell you why I'm here. My friend Andy, hi Andy, YouTube follower and friend, made the comment, would love to know why I started my YouTube channel, why I'm here, and why I do what I do. And I thought I would share with you why I'm here, what I do, why I do what I do, and who I am. So let me share a little bit of that with you. Of course, I'm Krista. This is Krista's Country Kitchen. I live in Southern Ohio. My family is from Kentucky, and I live about an hour and 15 minutes from Kentucky, Ohio border, and I still have family in Kentucky, and I have family who live along the Ohio River, and then my mom's side of the family is from Ohio. So I'm Appalachian, so a lot of my cooking style and roots are Appalachian country cooking, however you would like to call that. But I love researching all different kinds of recipes. As you know, I give you low carb, full fat, a little bit of everything. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy baking. To me, it is a stress reliever, and I enjoy it. So let me tell you a little bit about my home. So we've lived here for 27 years. This is the first home we bought after we were married. I'm married to my husband, Brock. We've been married 29 years. I can't believe we haven't killed each other. It'll be 30 years in April of 2024. We have two great kids. Madison, she's 26. Well, I'm sorry, she'll be 26 at the end of this month. Mason is 20, and they're both college graduates. Madison finished her master's degree, and Mason finished with his degree. And they're home. They're getting ready to start the next chapter of their lives. They're applying for jobs and getting ready to move on. But in the meantime, they're helping us with our business. So let me tell you a little bit about my other children, my fur babies. I have 4 dogs, 2 rescues, 2 hand-picked, as we call them. We love all 4, no matter where they came from or how we acquired them. They are my babies. Now, I'm not sure who's more spoiled, the dogs or the kids. The kids will say the dogs, and they're probably right. We also have goats, chickens, and 4 turkeys and a guinea. And those are Mason's territory. We call him the flock father because he loves his chickens and his animals. He's been raising them since he was 10. Now, of course, some of the chickens have passed on, but the goats have been here for several years. And let me tell you, goats are full of shenanigans. They can pick the lock and they'll set everybody free. And they are something else, but they're entertaining. We love him. The turkeys, he was little. He ordered these turkeys through the mail because we couldn't find turkeys that were not meat turkeys locally. So he ordered them. And I said, son, if they don't make it in the mailing process, I'm not getting you anymore. So anyway, it was so cute. He ordered his own turkeys. They brought him to the post office. The post office called us and said, yeah, turkeys are here. So he went and got his turkeys, and he's raised these turkeys since they were babies. They were shipped in the mail. Yes. I don't know. This is country life. So the turkeys love him. They are like dogs. They get excited when he pulls in the driveway. They know it's him. They run up to the fence. He goes out to see him. It's a whole thing. But anyway, we enjoy our country life here. We also own some property elsewhere. The boys love being outdoors. Madison loves being outdoors. We're an outdoor family. I personally like being outdoors. I personally like being here, fixing like a big bowl of chili in the winter for them instead of being out doing whatever they're doing out in the winter. No thanks. This old lady doesn't like the cold anymore. So anyway, I'm also a business owner. My husband and I own a pizzeria. We've owned it for 17 years. It's a long story how that came to be. So I just will tell you, my husband worked at a pizza shop when he was in college, and it was something that he wanted to do. And we, as the Johnny Cash song goes, one piece at a time. We bought equipment one piece at a time. So we had enough to open our shop. We've been here 17 years. So my kids don't know anything other than the pizza shop, life before the pizza shop. So it's here in our small town. We went from seating of 20 to seating of 56. We've grown and expanded our business. And one of my favorite things about the business, being there 17 years, I watched a lot of kids grow up, graduate, move on. They'll come home from college. They'll say, our first stop, we had to come here and get pizza. or they'll get married and then they'll bring their kids back and have them eat pizza. And that's what I love. I love watching the kids grow up. I love watching them come back, because to them, we are home. And that's how I feel about all of you. I want you to feel comfortable in my home while I cook. I want people to feel comfortable in my business, in my pizza shop. And we have people who eat with us every single day. Every single day they come into their pizza shop. So they're like family. To them, our pizza shop is like an extension of their home. And I want them to feel welcome. I want them to leave their shirt and shoes on, but I want them to feel welcome. So that brings me, so that's a little bit about me and my family, my fur babies. So let me get to why I do what I do. So the year that Mason graduated from high school, which was about 2 years ago, the day after his graduation party, I got a phone call and they said, Krista, you have diabetes. Now, I knew that was coming for a couple of reasons. One, I had a family history of diabetes. Two, I had gestational diabetes while I was pregnant with my children. So my doctor said that puts you at 80% higher risk of having full-blown diabetes. And three, I wasn't taking care of myself. It was super hectic time. Mason was graduating high school. He's getting ready to go to college. Maddie was getting ready to go to her master's program. And I wasn't taking care of myself. So I knew it was coming and I wasn't really surprised. So I knew it was time to make a lifestyle change and start taking care of myself. So being a diabetic, I cut back on my carbohydrates and I was doing a lot of low carb recipes. So a lot of people would say, can I get that recipe? I would love to see. When I started losing some weight, I lost close to 40 pounds and I've kept it off after I was diagnosed. And they was like, well, what are you doing? Can you share some of your things with it? And I'm like, sure, I can share. So the easiest thing for me versus writing a recipe down was just to do a quick video on Facebook of, hey, this is what I cooked. This is how I turned this recipe into this recipe, and would share it on Facebook with just my Facebook friends. So, my husband said, well, maybe you should share on YouTube. And I was like, I don't really know if I'm ready for that yet. So I kind of held off on that, and I kind of waited, because that's a lot. When you put yourself out on social media, it is a lot. You put yourself up to ridicule for literally everything, from the way you look, to your size, to how your home looks, to what you're cooking, to what you're doing. People can make some seriously nasty comments. Now, I do have to say 98% of the time you are fabulous. You leave me great comments. Once in a while, a couple comments that slide through that are a little shady boots. And I know they're shady. And sometimes I choose not, and a lot of times I choose not to comment, because I am putting myself out there, and that means that I'm open to things being said, and I can choose how I respond to those things or not respond to those things. And a lot of times I choose not to respond, because sometimes it's just not worth it, or there's no point to it. So anyway, I held off doing that because of that reason. I just wasn't sure if I was ready for that ridicule or putting myself out there, the vulnerability of doing that. So I kind of held back. So then Mason went off to college, and I continued on my wellness path and sharing my videos on Facebook with just my friends. Then in, okay, so this is going to be a little bit harder for me to get through. So Mason left for college in August. In the end of October, the 1st of November, Brock, my husband, was diagnosed with kidney cancer. They found a mass on his kidney. We found out on a Friday. We went to the ER thinking it was a kidney stone. Found out it was kidney cancer. And on Friday and on Monday, he had his kidney removed. Evidently, we found out later that this isn't an uncommon thing here in Ohio, and I don't know why. once his kidney was removed, we found other men in the area and other people who had this same thing and had a kidney removed. But the part that was the most stressful was if the cancer had spread to other parts of his body. And while we were waiting on results from scans, which is very stressful, it was a very trying time for our family. Cooking distracted me from all of that. It was a reprieve. And one of the things Brock and I did together was we made mustard while we were waiting. On some of these results. So we bought mustard seed and we soaked it and we did all of the steps. So mustard will hold a very special part of my heart, making mustard, because we did it together. And I think it was just as a distraction for him as it was for me. And it was something that we did together. And we took it to work and we put it in jars. And I put on Facebook, hey, if you want some delicious homemade mustard. And listen, it was delicious. So I'm going to make mustard for you all sometimes. I got to order the seeds. Absolutely fabulous, delicious. We took that mustard to work. We shared it with people. And that was, it was a good bonding time. It was a good distraction. So that's also why after that, I decided to go ahead and go for it and do my YouTube channel. Put myself out there. Clearly, I'm low budget. Clearly, I don't have great lighting or great camera skills or great editing skills. I'm just a mom, a wife, a friend here in my kitchen, cooking, hanging out with you guys. I make mistakes. I do crazy things. I spill stuff. I bang my spoon too loud. I may double dip with my fork. This is real life. This is me. This is in my kitchen cooking. And that's why I do it. I love it. I love cooking. I love hanging out with you. I love you guys' comments. I love when you tell me where you're from or what you're doing, or that you made one of my recipes and your family loved it. I love hearing from you. I love sharing with you guys. I love being a part of your life, and I love you being a part of my life. And that's why I'm here. That's why I do it. And that for no other reason than I like to cook. I like to share the things with you, and I just like hanging out, and I find the time to do it, and I enjoy it. And Brock used to always say, you need to find a hobby. Well, here we go, Brock. This is my hobby, and this is what I do. I'm not perfect. I don't know how to cook everything. I like showing you new recipes. Y'all saw me make a pie for the first time. I like to share all that with you, and I like just hanging out with you, and I like being your friend. And there you have it. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. And I love you all, and I appreciate you for hanging out with me in my little kitchen. And I hope you have a great night, friends. Bye. Thanks. Thanks for being a part of my life.